Hey, we're doing the introduction and good first day start for Stardew Valley, which is a fun little indie game. I'm not sure the developer actually, I should know that. I put Terrapin Hill Farm as the name of my farm. It's my favorite place on earth. And they've got a pretty good character creator here. I probably fiddle around in here too much. You can see they've got a good selection of skin, all that. Eventually, I settle on a not so interesting character selection as you can see here. I try to get more farmy, and I've played this game a few runs before, never got all the way through it, but gotten pretty deep in. I don't know if there is really a getting all the way through this game. It's one of those type of games. And I'm having trouble finding something farmy in the area, but it doesn't quite match my jeans. And I thought this was interesting, the way you could change the colors like just on your pants. You couldn't select different kind of pants. So I was gonna, but okay. So I got it to match, made it look like overalls. There we go. That's pretty farmy. And then you gotta pick a beard. I love beards. You gotta pick a beard. They have some wacky eye accessories. I go through all these a couple times before I settle. I couldn't tell what that was. Maybe a duck bill? Uh, but gotta go with the beard because I'm I'm a beard man. There I got a man bun and a beard. That'll do. Whatever. Almost skipped the intro, but I'm just gonna let y'all watch the intro. Oh, this is my fight between cats and dogs. I like cats a little bit, but dogs are man's best friend for a reason. Yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna let y'all watch this. I found this part sweet. I have a complicated relationship with my grandfather in real life, so I also really relate to what I mean, really the whole theme of the game is they pretty much have their thesis statement right here. It's about modernization and the loss of small town life, which as a small town person, I can relate to that as well. The Joja Corporation. Yep, they're not the good guys in this story. Typical cubicles. I look like that cowboy guy right there. And then you come to yours. There you are. Hey, at least you got a pretty neighbor and a chill looking guy on either side. You could have worse neighbors. Oh, like that skeleton over there. Roll it back to see the skeleton. I didn't realize you had to click on the letter for a second. Made me feel. And now I realize you click on the letter. If you're reading this, you must be in dire need of a change. The same thing happened to me long ago. I'd lost sight of what mattered most in life, real connections with other people and nature, so I dropped everything. I've enclosed the deed to that place, my pride and joy, Terrapin Hill Farm. It's located in Stardew Valley. This was my most precious gift of all, and now it's yours. I know you'll honor the family name, my boy. P.S. If Lewis is alive, say hi to the old guy for me. Like, the fuck. Alright. And then after the most excruciating bus scene in all of game introductions, No, I didn't cut off. You'll arrive in Stardew Valley in point 0.5 miles. I don't know, it kind of sets the tone for the game though. I probably play this game fast paced, but it's meant to be a leisurely game. Kind of escape. I mean, the whole game is about escaping back to nature. Actually, reading these things help. She's the local carpenter. I didn't read that the first time. She can build stuff onto your house and all kinds of good stuff. Build your chicken coops. Man, he seems scared by the mess of the place, but I would be just so excited if anyone gave me a little chunk of land somewhere. Shit, that's a nice setup. Little log cabin out away from everyone. Yeah, for the first times I played through this, I just skipped all the text. It helps to know who everyone is and what they like. All that stuff plays in later. I like the sense of humor there. And the anime style, like over exaggerated animations mixed with like the old RPG from the, I guess it would have to be SNES era, yeah. These are the games I grew up on. I mean, it's obviously a Harvest Moon callback. Oh, he just picks up the stuff in your box at night. That's what he says there. Yeah, if you leave stuff in that box, I'll pick it up every night. Like, that's kind of weird, dude. But whatever. Don't question it. Just put stuff in the box if you want to sell it. You get up, first thing you do, boom, get some parsnip seeds. That's your start on the farm. Got the options, make sure auto runs on. I should probably have clicked that always show tool hit location. It's useful. Turn the music off. Sorry guys. And the ambient volume and the footsteps get really annoying, so turn those all the way down. It would drive me crazy playing the game with the music on all the time. That should just get to my nerves. I know some people like to do that. Personally, I play with stuff in the background, controller rumble. I actually do play this game with a mixture of a controller and the mouse. I found that's the only really way to play and enjoy it, but I did play with just a mouse and keyboard for a little while. Um, I don't know, for some reason, maybe it's because Harvest Moon, it feels like it should be a controller game, and because like the old SNES style setup, but I played computer games like this as a kid too. I just like to lean back with the controller. First thing you gotta do, obviously, clear a chunk out for your farm. I mean, you gotta plant those parsnip seeds somewhere. The first few times I played, I made the mistake of setting up the farm over where I am right now. And really I should have set it up down there in the bottom right corner, which you'll see. You'll see me go over there here in a minute. Right now I'm just gathering some resources. It's best to get, everything you can out of a day in this game. At least that's what I always do. Uh, One thing at a time. The tool management's a little bit awkward when you first start playing. You get used to it after a while. It might be easier with the keyboard, doing the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You probably get real used to that. You switch them with the left trigger and right trigger on a controller, so it's a little clumsy on a controller, I guess. This is one of those games where I'm not sure if it was really meant to be played on either one in particular. and I end up playing it on both. But I'm a weirdo. What's new? I went one too far there. I actually made quite a few mistakes on building my farm, even for the first day. I mean, getting a good start's important. Everything snowballs, right? So if you get started with a real good start, and it's gonna turn into a real good farm faster, you're gonna make more money quicker, and you'll actually be somewhere at year one. When I first played this game, I just walked around like a dumbass, like that, into walls and stuff all the time. No, I mean I played it slow. I didn't make the most out of each day. I went to sleep early, and I realized my inventory's full. Trying to pick that leak, and I realized, oh no, I've got to run back, and which I didn't even realize this was a thing when the first time I played this game. It doesn't hold your hand at all. It's very reminiscent of the SNES games like that, and that it really doesn't hold your hand. And I didn't even realize that there was a crafting system. So here I'm gathering some more wood real quick, and go around and keep cleaning my farm up. Yeah, I like that about it, that it doesn't tell you every little thing to do. There's no straight walkthrough, no tutorial, just a mess of a farm, and it throws you in on your own. And that's how a lot of video games were back in the day. God, I remember games like Myst. Oh, and any of those adventure games back in the day that uh, like click and point adventure games that would just throw you in and be like, figure it out. And the part of the fun of it was figuring it out. And so I don't know why I'm making you a video telling you, but here you go. Uh, but yeah, there is, and I also just there got exhausted. I did not want to do that. You do not want to get exhausted. It's no bueno. I just throw the coal on the ground for now. I thought I might be able to make another one, but nope, just one chest. And see, this is the wonkiness. And you see me grab the mouse there and fix it. Boop. And then put those resources in there so I can pick that leak, which is crucial now because now I'm exhausted. I need to pick that leak so that I can get some energy. Which when I was playing, I didn't notice that first little warning come up, and watch me. Oh, look at this. And you see that shaking meter? Da-da-da-da-da-da. These are the things you should not do on your first day. Oh, that could be rough. Especially in the beginning when I didn't even know that you could eat the leek to get energy. I just walked past the leeks and daffodils and stuff when I first played. I didn't realize you could pick them. So, you can see there it offers a pretty good amount of energy. Definitely enough to get that uh, little meter up to where I'm moving fast now. And look here, you can eat dandelions too, just like in real life. They don't offer as much energy as the leek does, but um, you notice that little blue thing above my bar. I don't think that goes away. I think if you get exhausted in a day, that is a status indicator that you will wake up tomorrow with slightly less energy, like you recover less energy. I haven't pushed it. I'm not sure what happens if you keep getting more and more exhausted, but I'm sure there's something. One of the quests is to introduce yourself to everyone, so go ahead and meet people. Plus, it's important to see what they say. You see there, he said he's the local doctor. That's not too helpful, but sometimes they drop hints about, what they like as presents, and then you'll see me in a second. Right here, actually. I heard someone was moving on there. That doesn't help you any, but here's a flower because you can marry in this game. You can meet the people in the town and marry them just in and that's a calendar which tells you all the birthdays. So you can see I've got a week before my first birthday when I'm gonna need to give someone a present, which is Louis the mayor actually. And these I think Caroline is a prospective suitor. I'm not sure about Leah. But gave the dandelion to the one who I knew you could marry at some point. And deciding what to get. Eventually, there's four ones you want to get for each season so that you can fill them into the community center, which is another thing I just discovered on a I don't know second or third time trying to get into this game. Made a big difference. So if uh, if you're hearing this now, before you play, then now you know that there are four fruits or four fruits or vegetables that you need to grow each season to put into the community center and fill out these little things that give you items. It's really weird. It's kind of reminiscent of I think they were like sprites or fairies in Harvest Moon. And in this game they're different. I mean, this game is like I said earlier, it's a very clear homage to Harvest Moon, you know, and it's a love letter to it really. It's a love letter to Harvest Moon. It's got a lot of similarities, but it builds on it. It's got some similarities to Minecraft and stuff. If you're hearing some whoop noises, just ignore those. That's some stuff I forgot to turn off. I make these videos in a hurry and uh I guess mainly for myself really. Haha. I don't care about you viewers. And I realized I may have fucked up. And then I make it worse because you can't, those grow on a trellis and you can't walk past them. So now it's going to be annoying to water those for the rest of while they exist. And then I make it even worse by blocking off access to the other one. You can see how aggravated I am. Or running back and forth trying to figure out a way through this. Ah! So mad that I hit a rock. Not the country. That's Iraq. It's just a rock. Oh, and you that noise is cuckoo. Oh, love it. And filling up the water bucket. Yeah, it's a little awkward getting around and watering these one at a time. Setting up sprinklers is nice. A little expensive, but you won't get to that till later in the game. You can upgrade your watering bucket a little sooner than I think you can get sprinklers, but oh, it's a pain to water those crops every morning. Just and as the game grows, as you get deeper in, like right now, I don't have much to do today, so I spend a lot of the end of this running around, wearing out my exhaustion, and then when I run out of my energy, then I just switch to gathering seeds because you chop up those things to get both fiber and also seeds. Those grassy patches in between that aren't like the weeds, those you should just leave alone. They're useful later on. You can cut them down and get hay with them. So I advise, and they grow back, but I advise leave them alone whenever you first start. What I'm doing here is trying to get 5 mixed seeds so I can plant a row of what is a wild crops, like the same thing I picked earlier. I'm pretty sure it just grows into a random wild crop, so either wild leeks or daffodils or dandelions, which not a great crop, doesn't give you a great yield. It's useful for energy and I mean they're worth a decent amount. At the very least, you can always give them away, the flowers to people. Oh, I go there and I realize I don't have 5. I want to plant a row. That's my weird OCD. And it takes me quite a while to gather the last couple. You'll want to clear up here this direction. There's a cave and this little structure. I haven't figured out what it is yet. There's a cave there. And there's a way up, and that will take you to the carpenter's place. There's also a little corner here with a doggy bowl. It's because spoiler alert, you get a doggy or a kitty later on. I think I don't know. I've never gone with the cat option. I think gives you a cat if you go with the cat option. You can see the sun slowly going down. That's your time meter there. Another thing I didn't realize when the game came first. And you have until 11 I think it is 11 each night when you have to get in bed or you get a penalty. Uh, I'm really trying to get this last seed here, and eventually I do get it, and make my way back through the maze there. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See? Yay! That made me happy. And I go through, plant each, or water each one, get my water refilled, stash my chest, and go to sleep for the night. With plenty of time. Sometimes you find that, I mean, I cut down quite a bit of fiber, so figure I'd throw some fiber in the box, stash away your stone, your wood, all that stuff you're gonna want. And you're gonna want some fiber too, but since I spent so much time just cutting it. And that doesn't take a lot of energy. Using your scythe for some reason doesn't take much energy, unlike real life. Boom. You go to sleep for the night. It tells you how much he stole from that box. Not weird at all. Just leaves money in it, I guess. I don't know how that works. Puts an envelope in your mailbox with some money. Then your progress saves, and the next day starts. And hopefully I'll make another one of these for day 2. And we'll keep going.